What's up, everyone? Lord XL here with episode 4, continuing my series on Roller Coaster Tycoon. And today, as you no doubt have noticed, I am not in electric fields. I am in the park I showed you in one of my other earlier videos, the one that I was using for one of the Reddit contests. I believe this was the May contest. But I'm going to be using this sandbox world to show you guys something. Mostly, I want to show you guys the creative side of the game, what exactly you can do. And when you're doing the creative side of the game, it's a very touchy subject for some. There's a lot of purists out there that only want realistic looking buildings or rides or whatever. Some people like doing a bit of fantasy. Some people like to incorporate a little bit of both. I'm one of those kinds of people that like to incorporate a little bit of both because at the end of the day, this is a sandbox game. This is whatever you want to make out of it. If you think something looks cool, you go for it. That's the entire point of being creative. If you notice here, these don't really necessarily look like realistic houses or a realistic town, but in my opinion, it serves its purpose. I like the houses. I like this small little, setup of houses here. This building doesn't necessarily look like it has a realistic roof, but it looks cool in my opinion. I really like how it turned out, and honestly, that's all that matters. This station's a little bit blocky, but you know what? I wanted something big and dramatic, and I got it. And that's what it's all about. It's about making yourself happy. When you play this game, play it for you. Don't play it for somebody else. I'm very happy that everyone on my YouTube channel that has been watching me play this game has loved it so far. But here's the thing: I play this game for me. I don't play it for anyone else. Everyone else that's along for the ride, you're more than welcome to take the passenger seat. But I don't do any backseat driving. But apparently, you guys have been liking that so far. But anyway, we're getting a bit off subject. As you noticed here, I'm using some of the default stations because I think it works. I think it works with what I was trying to do. The Roman station isn't half bad looking, compared to the default. The default thing here, I chose to go with it because, well, it looks like, Main Street, like Main Street USA in Disneyland or something like that, like something that would pop out of there. But at the same time, I also have a station like this over by where I was planning my other monorail entrance and exit and stop thingy. I can't word today. I have the dumb. But this one looks a little bit more realistic as opposed to my fantasy one right over here. That's a horrible looking roof. Nobody's going to deny it. But for me, it worked. It doesn't match right here, but it was cool. I liked it. It's whatever you want to make it. But over here, I wanted a bit more realistic feel to it. I wanted hometown USA kind of feel to it. So I went with something that looked like a open air gazebo with like a farm show kind of feel to it. So I think it came out pretty good. And, honestly, that's all that matters. I think it came out pretty good. I'm always open to critiques. Anything that could help me improve my style. That's the thing about being creative. You got to be open. You got to be able to absorb, but you have to be able to produce. You're like a sponge. You're like a thought sponge. It's what you think looks good. It's what but you also have to be able to take the good with the bad. It'd be like, well, if someone left a comment for me on my YouTube channel saying, "Hey, that like pirate building you built of the monorail station, that sucked, man. You don't know how to build anything in Roller Coaster Tycoon." I was like, well, I don't think I know how to build nothing in Roller Coaster Tycoon. I think I know how to build a couple good-looking things in Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I'm by no means a master. And, it's, some people are always going to find something to complain about, but I think I'm saying this for, like, the millionth time in this video. It's what you want to make it. It's all about what you want to make it. It's not what anyone else wants it to be. So with that, I'm going to show you guys how I start building a roller coaster station. Now, this is a very basic way to start a station. If you want to do a realistic feel, this is perfect for doing the realistic feel. If you want to do the fantasy feel, this is a perfect way to start a fantasy field and still have it look what I think to be good. Now, what you want to do is you want to start your station 10 feet or meters, depending on which language setting of the game you're on. And just build your station. I'm not building anything too fancy. I just want to build a station for the purpose of showing you guys this. And after that, we're going to take whatever we have available to us. Let's see, let's do like gray concrete, because I think concrete would look cool for this. So what we're going to do now is just basically widen the station. That's all we're doing. We're just taking these blocks of scenery and putting them all over on both sides. And after that, we want to take something else. We want to take, let's do black, and put up walls right below where we put that those slabs. Now, if you wanted to, you can make it the same color, but I want to go for a little bit of a juxtaposition here with the gradient, so harshly going from black to gray. And that's the thing, keep in mind it's creative. Do what you want. Some people may say, well, Lord, I think you should have done black. And I'm going to say, well, when you build your roller coaster station, you do black. You have the power to do whatever you want to, man. And that's just like your opinion, man. Quote the dude. And from here, you can really do anything. You want to leave it like that and have like an open air station, you can do that. You want to cover it up with a roof, so like let's say you have these ugly entrance and exit buildings here. You want to cover it up with a roof. You can go for it. It's going to be a little difficult too. This is where it's going to really take some finesse and challenge your skill as a player and artist to really, conquer this. But I'll show you guys how to do it just a simple way. I'm just going to take a basic wall right here, and we're going to do that. It doesn't have to be this particular wall. You can do like the knee-high walls if you guys want to go for a more realistic feel, because most of the roller coaster stations that I've ever been on have only had knee-high walls. Some were completely enclosed, but it's all whatever you want to make it. And why is that saying that? Let's see, we're going around here. Let's finish it up around here. And done with that. Now this is going to be a little tricky. I'm just going to do something that's going to be quick and simple. And obviously use walls to your advantage if you're doing a castle theme and you want to do something fantasy-like. This would be a great way to just get some space over the thing. But right now, it looks like I've committed myself to using the basic default scenery. So we're going to continue using the basic default scenery. And I think what I would like to do is use these roofs right here. Let's see, is there one with a more steeper slope? So we're going to take this, and we're going to do this, and that. We're going to go to the other side now, and we're going to go there, 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 and there. This one's going to be a little tricky. So on this side, it's easy to do it, but this ride entrance will get in the way. So you know what? Unfortunately, we're going to be limited to the bounds of the game. So this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to Do this. Now, obviously, if you want to use a trainer or something like this, you can use a trainer. I actually personally recommend trainers for situations like this where you can make invisible stations and just do whatever you want to on the station. Whoops. But that's my personal recommendation, is that you do the invisible stations, because that'll make everything look a lot better if that's the style that you're trying to go for. And we'll come across like this. And then I'm going to go grab more walls. And it's not the best looking, and you can see some gaps in there. But it's the compromise that we had to make. And like I said, I really recommend using a trainer for this kind of stuff if you just want invisible stations. But for those of us who just want to play the basic version of the game, that don't want to hack, I salute people who don't want to hack. There's a certain purist aspect of that I really admire. I personally want to have the ability to modify my games any way that I want to, and I'm sure you respect that as well. But we'll do that. Let's see now. Let's finish up going around the edges right here, just so that looks a little bit better. I'm going to put another slab up here. Oopsie. Well, we can use that to our advantage too, and I'll show you how. That didn't want to go there, so what we'll do is we'll just do this. And I think that looks really great too, because it makes everything look like it's a lot less blocky. It adds some depth and dimension to it. Makes it uneven. And don't be afraid to be uneven sometimes. Sometimes it's the uneven nature of some of our things that make it look great. And I wish I could cancel this rain right now, because it's causing a horrible shadow over everything that I just put down. Making it very difficult to see. And I wish I had my trainer up so I could actually do that again. Alright, but like you've seen over here, we have that happen over there again. So let's just cover it up. And that'll be our little secret. Move that there. And for anyone who's wondering, because I know a lot of people are still new at this, if you hold down the shift button, like right here, I'll just show you this. Hold down the shift button. Right now I'm holding down the shift button. It allows you to place scenery above at a higher elevation or a lower elevation. If you hit the control key, it'll place it at elevation of whatever you just were hovering over when you hit the control key. So right now it's going off of this roof right here, and that white highlighted square right below that roof is the actual square that the block is going to be on, just to show you how high it is. Just a useful little tidbit if you didn't know that. And we have our basic station completed. I think it looks pretty good. I think we're going to add a couple artistic touches to it. What I'd like to do is just put something simple down. Just to add some color. Let's do this. I'm going to put a wall. Good, the rain's clearing up. What we're going to do is I seem to have messed that up horribly. But basically, let your imagination run wild with it. I think I'm going to put some. Oops. And obviously, some things will collide. You can use a trainer if you don't want things to collide. We're just going to put some grates on the outside here to give it some additional character. It's whatever you want to do. If you think, this will look better, red, do red. If you think we should add another tower right here, actually, let's add another tower right there. Let's make it a blue tower. And we'll put it right here. Maybe this is a theme for like a radio station or something like that. It's kind of black and blue, so maybe it can be like a Gotham City, radio tower or something like that. It's, do whatever you think would work best. Let's try to get something else. Like I said, I really like being uneven sometimes. So we'll do that, but we'll make it even over here. We'll add a couple of things right here. And you know what? I really don't like that there. We tried. I didn't like it, so I'm going to change it. You guys may have liked it, but if you're building this, feel free and change it. I think the last touch I'm going to do is I'm going to put a black. Oops, wasn't hitting my shift key. I'm going to put a black grate right there. And I think that looks great. And we just took the basic default station, just these two gray platforms, and we built something over it. We overcame the obstacle of having to cover up our entrance and exit very easily. It's pretty noticeable to see where they are because of what we had to do to our station. But there are multiple ways to work around it, and this is what we chose to work around with it. So this is going to be wrapping up my first video on creative, the creative side of Roller Coaster Tycoon. I hope you liked my Bob Ross-esque feel to this video. And I do want to give this to be a little teaser. In the next coming couple of weeks, I will be announcing a contest that I plan on doing for Roller Coaster Tycoon. There will be prizes given away for various different types. So I don't know what you would call it, but we're giving away Amazon cards, Steam games, games that you can get on Steam via gift, and we'll also be doing some iTunes or Google Play gifts as well. So if you'd like to win one of those prizes, stay tuned within the next couple of weeks, and we should be posting the actual announcement with the rules and prize listings. And I hope forward to see a lot of participation by everyone, especially for those of you who are watching from Reddit. And in my next video, we'll be continuing up in electric fields. And in my next creative video, we'll actually take this roller coaster and we'll actually do something with it. And I'll show you guys how to do some ride design. So until the next time, this is the Lord Excel signing out. See ya.